Hi, I'm Andrew at Baker's Gas, and we're here today with the all-new Ruffian 150G, that little engine drive they just came out with. So it's ES 150G, 45 peak watts, 4,000 continuous watts. We're gonna break out this engine drive. Came in a nice package. It's on a pallet. We're gonna put the axles on. We got everything here, all our bolts in that. We're gonna start out putting it together. There's some assembly required when it comes out of the box, and then we're gonna fire it up and weld with it. So stay tuned here. So we got it all put together. We got the axle on, the wheels on, the handles, and the feet. Just a couple of tricks. We used the pallet that it came on to prop it up, but an extra hand doing it would be helpful. It is just over 200 pounds by itself, but not too bad to get everything bolted on and ready to go. So let's get some oil and gas in it, and we'll get it fired up. All right, so we're gonna put a little gas in here, but before we did that, we put oil in this unit. It takes 1 quart of oil. It was perfect at 1 quart. So just keep in mind, this thing does have a low oil shutoff as well. Let's put a little gas in it, and we'll get this thing fired up here. So this unit does have a nice gas cap, nice screen filter, 5-gallon tank, and then the fuel gauge is on the back side, but we'll show that here in a minute, but it's got a little float gauge on the back side. It does have an hour meter on it. So I was reading the manual, and it recommend after the first 5 hours of runtime to change the oil, and then after that, I believe it was either a 50-hour cycle change on this unit. But there is an hour meter, and I'll show you here in a little bit where that's at as well, so we can keep track of our cycle. And we always recommend to run some sort of Sta-Bil or some sort of fuel stabilizer in here, just in case you're not running it all the time. I don't want that fuel to gum up the carburetor on this unit, but that should be good enough for right now here. It does have a nice locking vented gas cap. That's super nice here. So you can see here on the top of the tank, we got a little floating fuel gauge right here. We got empty to full. Pretty nice indicator. All your safety stickers and everything are on there. So just to show you where that hour meter is so we can keep track of oil changes, it's right there. So when this thing fires up, that'll display the hours. And then we got our fuel pit cock here that we're gonna need to turn on to fill that, get the gas to the carburetor. We got a kill switch, on-off kill switch, so we're gonna have to turn that on before we fire it. We got our choke here. So it's a Kohler Command Pro. It's a CH440, so it is a reputable brand name on the engine side of it and on the welding output side of it as well. So let's walk around to this side and we'll check out I'll kind of run over so we got a split power on this unit. So we got separates welding power from generator power. So we got a 20 amp main breaker. We got two 20 amp 120 volt plugs with GFCIs on them. And then we have one 3-prong 220 amp or 220 volt 20 amp plug, and any ESAB 220 volt equipment uses that plug, so we can plug into there. And then we have our welding output, negative positive terminals, 50 millimeter DENs. We turn that on, but obviously it's not running right now. Then it shows our amperage and our arc force. Then we got a little tray here, kind of a nice little hold stuff there for it. So for basic setup on this unit, that's all you needed, but what it didn't come with was oil and gas or a stinger or ground. So you're gonna need those pieces of equipment, but what we needed was just oil, gas, and some basic setup tools. Pretty simple setup, but stay tuned for our next video. We're gonna fire this engine drive up and weld with it. So thanks again for watching. Stay tuned for more.